morning, my friends and strangers and people I want to be friendly with. I made an unusual Instagram post tagged to chronic illness very recently that said, feeling like a boring burden. When you are ill, 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, when you have a chronic illness, mental or medical, that greatly compromises your capacity to keep up, to be social, to be active, to be interactive, to take care of your life. You're struggling just to take care of yourself and to keep up as much as you can. You're compromised. You're not lazy. You're not a burden. You're not unmotivated, unproductive. You're somebody who wants to do a lot in a body that does not, or a mind that does not. And potentially you have an illness that also has flares, where there are times for days to weeks to months at a time where your mental health deteriorates or your physical health flares up and you may be bedbound or housebound. I'm aiming this at people dealing with chronic conditions, chronic pain, chronic illness, chronic severe mental illnesses that you are trying to manage. But this goes for everyone. But it's just way more pronounced. Like when you have a chronic condition, a severe mental illness, or a severe medical illness, especially that comes on as an adult, so that you used to be able to be here, and now 100% is somewhere down here, and that's on a good day, because people notice the change, and you learn who your friends are. You learn who really loves you for you, not for what you can do for them, not who you are to them, because when you change for the worse without it being your fault in any kind of way, people get tired of it and they walk away. They want fun you. They want active you. They want funny you. They want caretaker you. They want whatever level. They want intellectual you. They want on you. And when you can't be that anymore, through no fault of your own, the change is very noticeable. Having a severe mental illness or a severe physical illness highlights that difference in your capacities dramatically, and people act as though you are not aware of this. In fact, it's perfectly normal to grieve the life, the mind, the stability, the energy, the socialness, the all to grieve the life you lost repeatedly. You walk around with feelings of guilt and shame and feel like a boring burden, helplessness, hopelessness, all of these things you experience because of a change in your health or mental health status. And especially if it is a chronic and enduring illness, it is something you will be managing for the rest of your life. And you learn who your friends are. You learn who really loves you by who keeps on keeping on, regardless how you have changed. Who has the wherewithal and competency to realize that this is not your fault and that you are doing your best. Your best just doesn't look like it used to. That you're running yourself ragged, potentially trying to keep up with a life you can no longer keep up with, and getting yourself sicker by not taking care of yourself, not taking the time you need, not taking the rest you need, trying to keep up as best you can, even if you're lagging behind, trying to keep up with everyone so they don't go away. This is highlighted dramatically in the lives of those suffering from chronic mental illnesses and chronic physical illnesses, but it applies to everyone. Quote from Marilyn Monroe is the quote of the day. And the longer you are out of your particular character, if you suffer a loss, you're going to go through a grieving period. If you wind up with a period of severe depression, many people go through that in their life. And most of the population has one episode of severe depression where you withdraw and you don't participate. When you're going through some shit, and life gets complicated, or maybe you even begin to set boundaries, begin to say no, so you're not overdoing it, so you're not people pleasing, so you have time for your own family, for your own shit, to take care of yourself like you're supposed to, instead of neglecting yourself. Suddenly you're a problem, or you stop being a party hard 20-something to I'm going to take my life and my health a little more seriously 30-something, and you stop going out and hanging out at the bar with your friends till 3 o'clock in the morning and putting your life together. Suddenly you're a bore, or you stop skipping school and start attending and paying attention in class. Suddenly you're a nerd, and you lose people for making the right choices, or for doing your best, or for suffering things that are beyond your control. I will link below too. If people walk away from you, let them. Basically, it's not on you, it's on them. When you are changing to make right, healthy, helpful, positive choices in your life, when you are growing to become better, or you are stricken down by circumstances, or stricken down by mental or medical conditions that are beyond your control, they just are. It is hard enough on you to bear the weight of existing that way without also compounding that with feelings of unworthiness, shame, guilt for being a burden or not good enough or unworthy. Everyone struggles with self-esteem issues. Anyway, then suddenly when you can't do what you used to do and friends and family drop away or have something to say and they just don't understand, they expect you to be who you used to be, and you simply cannot be. And it is either not your fault, or it's because you're making right decisions, and so you're not fun anymore. Quote of the day from Marilyn Monroe. My heart goes out to all of you with chronic severe mental illness, chronic medical conditions of any kind. In particular, because this just puts a big fat highlight or underline exclamation point on this in your life. You want to watch people drop like flies, get sick, and stay sick. It's like a marathon. The longer you go, the more people start falling off. And you feel responsible. But it applies to everyone. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. That is the quote of the day. Your worth is not determined by how much you can please other people, by how much you can be what they need you to be, how well you can keep up with a life you are no longer mentally or physically capable of through no fault of your own. It's hard enough to change your life from negative to positive, to grow and make proper choices. Like I said, stop hanging out till 3 o'clock in the morning drinking and partying, and start coming home and taking care of your family and doing the right things. Or paying attention in school because you want to make a life for yourself in the future rather than skip out. Alone, deal with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, other autoimmune conditions, lupus, MS, arthritis, or other chronic and severe mental or medical illnesses, bipolar, schizophrenia, etc., 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 etc. The list goes on of what people get. They draw the short straw, and that's what they have. And it's not their fault. And the ones who are making positive choices, it is their fault. But who are you to down on them for making positive choices, for leveling up their life? So when you change and become better, or you are stricken with a severe and persistent mental illness, or a chronic medical illness, and people say things, and people's expectations of who you used to be, that you can't be anymore, are not being met, stop trying to convince them. Stop trying to hold on tight. Stop trying to break yourself, burning the candle at both ends, suffering the consequences of overextending yourself, trying to keep up with your friends at 3 o'clock in the morning and still be a good parent or still be a good student, because you're trying to not lose them. If they can't handle me at my worst, they don't deserve me at my best. That's why in wedding vows, it's in sickness and in health. It is a commitment. It is a commitment. Relationships, friendships, intimacy, true love for another human being is a commitment for who they are in here, regardless how entertaining they are, regardless how many fun things they can participate with you, regardless whether they are out of their mind or out of their body. They don't deserve you. It's not you. It's not you. Keep making right choices and let them go. And keep doing your best to take care of yourself, your mental and physical health, and take better care of your emotional health by letting the dead weight drop. Don't chase after it. You're not the problem. Just because you have a problem or you decide to make better choices in your life. If they can't handle you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. Period. Good morning. Goodbye. Love you guys. Have a good day. Peace. And that's coming from the heart right now. Clearly, as my eyes water. Yeah. Take some adjustment in your thinking as you relationships strain or end. Dealing with all those emotions. But it's the truth. They can't handle you at your worst. They don't deserve you at your best. They're not worth it. But you are. Good morning. Goodbye.